Nearly half of Americans are in debt right now, not because they're lazy, not because they're bad with money, but because the system quietly pushes them into it. And if you live in the US, this video explains why escaping debt feels almost impossible. Every month, millions of Americans do the same thing. They pay rent, they buy groceries, they pay their bills, and whatever is left goes to debt. Credit cards, car loans, student loans, medical bills. The scary part isn't that people are in debt. The scary part is that many of them are doing everything right and still can't get out. Let's understand how big this really is. Household debt in the United States is in the trillions of dollars. Credit card balances are at record highs. Auto loans are getting longer. Student loans follow people for decades. This means debt is no longer temporary. For many Americans, it's a permanent part of life. So the question isn't, why are people bad with money? The real question is, why does debt feel unavoidable? Credit cards are the most common entry point. They don't feel dangerous. There's no immediate pain, just a swipe. But here's what most people don't fully feel: interest. When interest rates are 20, 25, even 30%, your payment doesn't reduce debt. It feeds it. Minimum payments create the illusion of progress, but in reality they stretch debt across years. That's why someone can pay every single month and still owe almost the same amount. Now let's talk about the biggest misunderstanding in American finance: credit scores. People are taught that a high credit score means financial success. It doesn't. A credit score only measures one thing: how well you borrow and repay money. You can have a perfect score and zero savings. You can look financially responsible and still be one emergency away from collapse. This pushes people to keep debt because using credit is rewarded. Most debt doesn't come from luxury. It comes from emergencies: medical bills, car repairs, unexpected job loss. When savings are low, debt becomes survival. And here's the brutal cycle. If you use debt to survive, you have less money to save, which guarantees you'll need debt again. Over the last few years, costs have gone up faster than wages, rent, food, insurance. People didn't suddenly start living more lavishly. They just started paying more to live the same life. So instead of changing lifestyle, many Americans changed payment method. Cash became credit. Savings became debt. Why the system benefits from this? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The financial system profits from long-term debt. Interest payments generate billions. Late fees generate billions. Minimum payments keep balances alive. Debt that never fully disappears is extremely profitable. This doesn't mean individuals are powerless, but it does mean the system isn't designed to help you escape easily. What breaks the cycle? People who escape debt usually don't do anything flashy. They focus on boring fundamentals: building an emergency fund, even a small one, avoiding high-interest debt, paying balances in full, or not using credit at all, treating debt like a temporary tool, not a lifestyle. It's slow, it's unsexy, but it works. If you want to understand how money actually works in the US, not what sounds good, but what's real, then subscribe and hit the bell icon. Because financial freedom isn't about income, it's about control.